So this video is for Unit 1, Medicine Through Time, GSCE History. This is a 9-mark question that we're going to go through today, and it's question 2, and you can see it's from June 2010. If you'd like to have a look at this in the proper exam paper, you can download this using the Moodle website. All of the past exam papers are there, along with the mark schemes. So this is a question that you could be asked in the exam. Question 2 always gives you an option of 2 boxes, and you need to choose one of them. The 2 boxes show 2 important discoveries in medicine. You need to choose one discovery and explain why it had such a limited impact on medical treatment at the time. Because it says explain why, this means that you need to give reasons. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is you're given reasons why it had a limited impact on medical treatment. And depending on which box you're talking about, you're going to have to show contextual knowledge. Why wasn't William Harvey's discovery useful or had a limited impact on medical treatment during the Renaissance? Or if you're going to choose Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin, why did it have such a limited impact on treatment between 1928 and when it was actually made into something much more useful during World War II. This is a mark scheme, which you'll also find on the Moodle website if you'd like to explore that, along with all the other questions as part of this exam paper. And you would probably want to be aiming for a level 2 or a level 3 answer. You can see that in a level 2, it's based on description, and it's offering general comments about the factors limiting the impact of the discovery. Or, if you're aiming for level 3, so that's 7 to 9 marks out of 9, this is much more focused on analysis. That's detailed, precise use of evidence in order to explain why there is such a limited impact. The sections in the italics gives you an indication of what the examiner might be looking for, although anything that is relevant will be credited with marks. So let's have a go at one part of this question. I'm going to choose to do the first box. So I'm going to be focusing on explaining why William Harvey's discovery of the circulation of the blood in the 17th century had such a limited impact on medical treatment at the time. So what I've done is I've actually constructed an answer with fill in the gaps. So you can use this video in one of 2 ways. First of all, you can use it to revise the actual knowledge that you would need to know about William Harvey and explaining why it had such limited impact. Or you can use it as a timing exercise. What I'd like you to do now, please, is open up your class workbooks and also any revision guide that you have in order to actually access answering this question properly. Can you please do that now? This is an answer that I've prepared. So what I'd like you to do is see if you can fill in the gaps. You can then time yourself in writing this question. Remember, for a 9-mark question, you'd have 12 minutes to write this answer. If you'd like to do that, please do this now. If not, you can listen to me fill in the gaps and see how well you've done. So here we go. William Harvey's discovery of the circulation of the blood in the 1600s had limited impact on medical treatment because of limited knowledge of what actually caused illness. During the Renaissance, most people thought that illness was caused by bad air, which was called miasma, or the 4 humours. Therefore, treatment was based on the theory of opposites, or clearing away bad smells. William Harvey's ideas could not be applied to medical treatment because this did not fit in with either of these treatments for illness. Further to this, surgery was not developed due to the problem of pain, infection, and bleeding. Harvey's new theory could not be used in treating illnesses through surgery, as the patient would be at risk of excruciating pain, high risk of infection after surgery, and bleeding to death, as transfusions were unsuccessful at this time. Therefore, his ideas about the circulation of the blood were useless in surgery. Finally, Harvey's ideas were slow to be accepted because of conservative attitudes. His work focused on physiology, how the body's organs functioned, and therefore physicians were resistant to new changes. It took several decades for Harvey's ideas about blood circulation to be accepted by the Royal Society, let alone being taught as a correct theory in education. This concludes this video. However, please feel free to pause, rewind, and watch again in order to perfect your exam technique. Alternatively, you could go back and actually try the second half of this question. Remember, the more exam questions you do, the more successful you'll be at revision.